How long? Captain von DeVille, how long do you think we can survive before the ship is irreparable and we all die?
Welcome to the show where anything can happen. A real play experience where we put players against problems with no easy answers, incomplete information, and always against the clock. I'm Oscar, I'm your host, and it's my job to set things up and then go behind the scenes to pass messages to players to keep knocking things off track. In this episode, we find ourselves aboard the MSV Aquarius, a multi-role vessel mandated for humanitarian aid within the UFR, currently shadowing the civilian space vessel St. Louis. This is the largest refugee ship that managed to depart Billgrey in the Wolf 1069 system when it was hit by the SMP virus and there was a quarantine lockdown on the planet. They've entered Noquisi and the Gliese 436 and they are in an orbit around the third planet, Sha Lo Li. The refugees on board are asking for permission to break land and to set up a new colony. Today we have joining us...
Hi, this is Karim Kronfli and I'm playing Bale Garullon, the Explorations Committee member charged with finding out if the planet is suitable or not.
And next I got Hem.
I'm Hem, I'm playing Killian. I am the representative of the refugees on board the St. Louis, trying to find a planet to get onto.
And then Stuart, I've got you.
Hello, I am Stuart DeVille. I play Captain von DeVille of the CSV St. Louis. I am in charge of getting these refugees off my ship.
Get off my ship here!
Get off.
And Lucie.
Hi, my name is Lucie. I play Lucamus, the captain of the MSV Aquarius. We represent the UFR and make sure that all life forms that belong to the UFR are kept safe, be it humans or ecosystems.
Should the refugees be allowed to land on this world? And with what consequences? Because, of course, anything could happen.
Thank you all so much for meeting with us. We really appreciate it. We know it's taken a lot of your time, but this is something that has really come to a head on the St. Louis, and we really need help. And thank you for taking the time to listen to us. The planet that you guys are currently surveying, it, on the surface at least, seems absolutely perfect for us. We can't really stay where we are anymore without additional help. And what we really want to do is make a go of a planet for ourselves. A place to call home. We can't go back to where we came from. It's just not possible. But what we're asking is permission to start a colony on the planet, almost as it is. We'll take whatever comes and goes. If we were born on this planet, we'd have to take the trials and tribulations with that too. We just need a little help, and the situation on board the St. Louis is obviously not ideal, and the quicker we can relieve the captain of our burden, the better. And we really need the Aquarius's help.
All right. Thank you very much for explaining everything. I am the captain of the MSV Aquarius. I'm aware that the CSV St. Louis is a bit too old and too small to carry so many refugees, isn't it, Captain?
Yeah, that's correct. If we could just try and get this to run as smoothly as possible, that would be perfect. We've got a few system issues going on back here that we're working on, but yeah, if we can get this all sorted, that would be great.
Okay. Well, as you know, my role here is to make sure that people of the UFR get properly protected and accounted for and looked after, but also the ecological balance of the different planets under our power. So I would need more information, personally, on the planet that you are looking at to settle, to make sure that nothing is getting thrown off balance, so to speak. Do we have anyone who has a UFO Exploration Committee member?
Yes.
Garullon, do you have any analysis on the planet that could...
Yes, we think there is a reasonably decent chance that the planet is suitable. There are a few more tests to go, though, to make sure we're absolutely certain of what's going on. We just want to make... There's the last couple of checks on the ability for the colonists not to massively disrupt the current ecosystem, if that's okay.
Fair enough.
Are you able to provide us with a list of things to watch out for, things to do? I mean, if it's a case of, hey, don't put sulfur in the ground because it reacts badly with the wildlife, like, we can do that. And we can do that as we go along. It's not a problem.
I entirely understand. The problem is where we got here a little late. There were some problems with the ship getting us here, so the analysis has taken a little longer than we were expecting. So there are some unresolved data points at the moment that we cannot make a full and frank decision on that matter. But as soon as we have anything, we will make sure we let you know.
But are these the kind of things that are essentially just paperwork, dotting I's and crossing T's? Or is it like, hey, we don't actually know this one specific thing that will kill you in 1 year? Because anything that comes up, we can figure out and we can work out. But we're all kind of in agreement here that we can't stay aboard the St. Louis. We need to move, and we can,
of course,
we can mitigate these problems.
I mean, surely you can wait for a few more minutes. You've been waiting for a bit. With all due respect, it's just the analysis are quite quick.
But that's the thing. Didn't Bale just say it's going to take time? Is it minutes, or is it hours, or is it days, or is it weeks? Like, this is what we need to know, and we can't stay on board where we are much longer. We need a place to call our own. We need a home. Like, I's and T's are just letters on paper. We are people. We need to breathe.
How can I put it? What to some people feel like is I's and T's and crossing dots and whatever can, in some sadly history book cases, led to the wiping out of both colonists and planet. So it's the kind of thing that, whilst it may seem terribly inefficient, is the kind of thing that's vital to understand and be careful of, because we don't want to lose one nor either of you, really.
What's the use in unloading you hastily on this planet if all that's going to happen is that the planet's collapsing and essentially your people die?
Because we don't know that that's going to be the outcome, do we? We don't know that us being on the planet, that we aren't able to look after it, that we have something on us that we take down to the planet that destroys it. We don't know that. We don't know whether us being on there, but we do know that we can't stay on board this ship. Sometimes needs must. We are 14,000 people taxing this good man's ship. I mean, do you want to take us on board while we figure this out? Because the captain here can't take anymore. The ship is falling apart, and we know that it's our fault.
As you can appreciate, probably the most worrying thing would be any kind of microbial infestation potential, and those are the numbers we haven't got yet. We haven't got the native bacterial viral load quantities, and those, as you can appreciate, are probably some of the most vital ones we need make sure we get right for you people, if you understand.
So how long would that be?
We're working on it. The labs are working hard. I mean, that's all I can say.
Okay, so when people say that, they actually do have a time frame in mind. You do know whether it's a month out, 2 months. If I ask you if it's a year in Earth terms, is it a year in Earth terms, or is it less than that?
A year? No.
Okay, is it 6 months in Earth times or less than that?
I would hasten to say that we do have quite a few problems. That, like has been mentioned, the ship is getting on. It's not really running the way that it used to. We're getting minor power surges showing, and life support systems have some function, but we really need to get this whole thing done so that we can get back and make sure that everyone on the ship survives this journey.
We should
not just delivery, but getting back.
We should be aware of some kind of preliminary results in the next few hours. It won't be long at all now. I mean, I mean, given how long you have put up bravely with your current circumstances, we should hopefully get to some kind of resolution. Yeah, in the not too distant future.
Captain, can I ask you how long do you think your ship will stand before you need to unload all the refugees?
It's hard to say. Obviously, the volume of people that we have on the ship is a drain on the resources and the systems that we have as is. And with the minor problems that we're having, obviously they will be compounded. But the longer that we have to use all of our systems and resources.
I understand your conundrum. Well, my main concern actually is this planet already inhabited, and we've not been informed of that, and we don't want to cause that sort of imbalance, because that could be
I think I can safely say we've done analysis of the vegetation, the life forms, the soil samples, the air. Gravity's a little high, but I don't think that would be a particularly large issue. Kind of thing you'd get used to after not real time. It's the microbial load is our current concern, if you can appreciate that.
Could be a terrible virus.
Or worse.
You see, refugee representative, this is what you might be facing. So I understand your haste, don't get me wrong, but if it's to just unload all of your people and they all die of a terrible disease because we didn't analyze properly.
But there are precautions that we can take, right? I mean, you must be able to go down there without getting infected and without getting hurt, and we can do that too. We can set up those safe spaces until we know for sure that we can actually colonize this planet. If we stay on this ship much longer with your very unreliable timeline, we could all definitely be dead. If the power keeps going out, if we keep losing life support, we are 100% dead. This gives us a chance to not be dead and keep the captain of the... and keep the St. Louis safe.
I understand, and to be fair, I can get clearance to give you resource to set up people, and give you the resources that you would need to set up a camp, but I would need clearance from the Admiral.
Then ask
perhaps
him.
I can let me reach out to the Admiral to see if I can get their clearance.
We can
Admiral?
also probably support on that.
Oh, thank you very much, Captain. Call in the Admiral?
We're detecting...
This is the Admiral. How can I be of assistance?
Oh, hello, Admiral. We're facing quite a bit of a dilemma here, if I dare say. We have 14,000 refugees who need to land on the planet, and I am the captain of the MSV Aquarius, and...
I'm aware of your mission, Captain. I sent it to you.
Why, you did, yes. Thank you very much, Admiral. I would like to request clearance to give the resources needed for the refugees to set up the start of a camp on the planet. Unfortunately, the St. Louis carrying them can't support them much longer before complete failure.
Captain, you know as well as I know that until I receive confirmation from the Exploration Committee member, I cannot give you that authorization.
I understand, Admiral.
You are the officer on scene. If you decide that you can, you need to act, then you need to act. I will provide you with the authorization upon getting the confirmation from Bale, but until I have that, my hands are tied. There is always the option, Way Station 161 does have temporary housing facilities if you need that. Not very pleasant ones, but they are there should that be necessary.
Very good. For 14,000 refugees, that would be possible? Feasible?
More or less, yes.
More or less.
Well, it would be feasible. As I say, it would not be pleasant. We all want to make sure these refugees find a home. The question is merely, is this the home for them?
Fair enough. Bale, do you have any more information on the analysis?
We're spotting some kind of geometrical objects below the surface. Pardon me. Oh, you having to be very careful about those microbes.
The allergies on this ship.
Indeed.
I'm sorry.
But yes, we're trying to get an analysis on those. What they are. They could be natural, but we're not entirely sure. What we do have decontamination facilities on ship. We're just trying to. We're really trying to move this forward for you.
Decontamination, you mean to get rid of the organism on the planet to make it safe to...
If we were able to send an additional analysis team, we could potentially do that and decontaminate them if we wanted to get a really up close look.
Here is what I suggest. Before the St. Louis reaches a critical situation, if we can get the analysis and actually unload all the refugees, let's do that. But otherwise, if we don't have proper analysis that can actually assure us that we can move forward without disrupting the planet, then we will move the refugees to the temporary housing facility. On the way station 161.
Captain, would it be possible to take some kind of scout ship so I can get eyes on these objects we're trying to check? They could be merely rock formations. I just need to be absolutely certain, because they could be anything at this point. The scanning system is a little shaky.
Yep, absolutely. Authorizing that right now.
Look, I understand that you want to be really cautious down there, but we are talking maybe hours before the St. Louis is going to be completely screwed over, and we need to move.
I'm sorry, Killian. We have a situation where if these are actually buildings, then it could be some kind of civilization of some sort, and that would, our whole first contact situation would be an entirely different kettle of fish.
So I put forward a scenario, okay? If the St. Louis was crashing into the planet, what would you do?
If we get to that scenario, I'm sure we'll deal with it when the time comes. I appreciate things aren't comfortable for you at the moment, but I'm trying to do my best.
How long? I mean, Captain von DeVille, how long do you think we can survive before the ship is irreparable and we all die?
It really does depend how quickly we can repair the things, like keep the systems running. It could be days, but you know, these things, when you're in this kind of situation, it'll just take one thing too many, and then we're going to be in big trouble.
Is there any way that our people can move across to the Aquarius? Like, we don't want to die.
We don't have the space, unfortunately. We're not meant to hold refugees, even less so than the St. Louis. But, again, we have this temporary housing solution, just to make sure that things are all clear on the planet. It is not nice. I'm sorry, Killian. But it is, at least keeps you guys alive, so to speak.
I feel like we are dangling over the edge of a cliff and we're about to fall in at any moment from any push, from anything that goes wrong on this ship.
Yeah, I am getting reports that we have a spike in the heating systems on the ship. It seems to be affecting our ability to run life support.
Oh.
Okay. Bale, do we have any updates on the analysis?
The scout ship, I think, has just left. We're waiting for some kind of response back here, for some analysis. Once they get on target.
Okay.
So,
Captain von DeVille, I would suggest that you get the refugees ready to go to the temporary facility just to be safe. But we'll only power...
We can do that.
Yeah, we'll only launch this operation if the analysis give anything suspicious.
Okay, well, it takes us about 15 minutes to get everything sorted, 5 minutes prep and 10 minutes to deploy, so we can be ready to go.
Let's do that.
Right, we have got a confirmation. It is not buildings, not built, engineered or anything like that. It's just some kind of geometric local formation. So I think we might have a go-ahead. We're just checking final bits on the microbial situation, and we should be good to go after that. Hang on a moment.
Okay, that's promising. So we do need to get confirmation on the ecosystem, right? Oh,
We've got
Sounds
some
bad.
kind of microbial life form we haven't quite figured out yet. Let's take a sample and have a look what it. Do the
And how long?
999 precautions.
How long is that gonna take? Like, are we talking microbial? Like, this is kind of a little bit like the microbes that just are all over the body at all times.
Killian,
It's just something we can figure it out.
We are very conscious of that, and we've done this a few times before. This is why we're doing the analysis right now. This is an unusual microbial life form. We are perfectly aware of standard microbes and all that kind of stuff, and the fact that the human body is very, very resilient and all that kind of stuff. This is one we are not fully aware of, hence we have to be very careful, because otherwise you'll all be dead. That kind of thing. Or worse, possibly.
We're probably all going to be dead if we stay on the ship,
and I fully
including people who
appreciate
aren't
that, believe me.
refugees.
can I? Okay, Bale, please focus on the analysis, no problem. I can deal with this. Killian, again, you're not going to stay on the ship. Worst case scenario, you go to the temporary housing facilities, which I appreciate are not going to be great luxury, but at least it will keep you guys alive while we secure everything on the planet for you. And I can get you all the resources that you would need to actually settle new life there. But we will need the analysis
we've had a power conduit overheat. We're gonna need a spare, or the ship's engine is gonna fail in about 8 minutes.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Can we set up some kind of? Well, yeah, we're not going to get them out there in 8 minutes. We need to get them onto the ground immediately, don't we? Really? Some kind of isolation tent, that kind of thing, or tents plural.
If you give me the clearance, I can speak to the Admiral. Bale.
Yes, go ahead. Let's go.
Admiral.
Yes, how can I be of assistance?
Thank you very much. The St. Louis is about to fail. We'd like to send the refugees immediately on the planet, but I would like to use the resources to help them settle there, especially with a sort of temporary seal, if you will. Bale, do you give me the authorization?
Has Bale confirmed that the planet is suitable for colonization yet?
It is almost entirely suitable. We are just waiting for one microbial query to be qualified, Admiral.
We don't have an alternative.
Tell me. Admiral out.
There was a bit of a misconnection on that. What did the Admiral say?
Said that when it is confirmed that the planet is suitable, let him know.
Okay. So, because we won't have the time to send them to the temporary housing before the ship
analysis
collapses.
is going to take too long. Get those people on the ground.
Okay, what do we need to know to keep ourselves safe and
Don't
to
move
keep the
around.
planet safe
You
until
need to
you're
stay
done?
where you are until we get everything analysed. And Captain, can we get more quantities of the decontamination materials brought over or whatever, in case we, at the moment this is an emergency evacuation situation. I suggest we get people on the ground, but they must not leave the landing site.
Okay, I can make sure we do that.
And I have a mandate to give all the resources if it's for dire humanitarian reasons. So I do that without the Admiral's permission, unfortunately, but I do, so that the refugees can have better chances of survival.
Thank you.
I sure hope that there's no microbes, and please take care of this planet. Please don't move around before we've got the analysis out, because I'm putting myself in hot waters for you here.
Captain, engines are starting to fail. We're beginning to lose orbit. We're going to need some extra support here.
Yep, no problem. You can join us on the Aquarius. Send the refugees to the planet with the
Captain,
resources.
Thank you for hosting us. I know this hasn't been good. but thank you. And we're sorry for being such burdens on your ship.
We all doing our
no burden
parts.
either side.
Thank you.
We're all doing our parts.
Ship's boats are departing, heading towards the planetary surface. Dropships are coming from the MSV Aquarius, containing supplies and resources.
So, the St. Louis ship, how are you holding up? Can you tether to us? Do you have the means, or do you still have control of the ship?
We are currently still losing orbit. I will see if I can get a report for you.
Okay. We're gonna go towards you, closer. Worst case scenario, we can just, if you can open your door to us, then at least your crew can join us. At the very least, an abandoned ship.
I have all crew on the move now.
Killian, we got some more updates?
Yeah.
The pods will be landing on the surface, breaking orbit within 2 minutes.
The suspect life form is a parasite. Repeat, a parasite. We don't know any more about what it'll do yet, but I advise extreme caution. Once again, keep your people safe. Keep them on the ships for the moment until we get more info, please.
Okay, we can make sure we cook and boil, and we have nothing off of the planet until we figured out how to combat the parasite. We can do that, no problem.
Do we have a scale of the parasite? Let me chase.
Is it airborne?
That would be the worst kind.
Yeah, but not undefeatable. We can build habitats. There are things on Earth called domes. We can build and create those. It's not undoable.
Yes, it's microbial scale and airborne.
Okay.
Oh, great. I guess it's better than dying in a spaceship.
Yeah.
The life pods start entering atmosphere. But the atmosphere seems to be causing more friction than was expected, and starts to damage the outer surface of each of the pods.
God. Gravity was higher than you thought, Bale, isn't it?
It's just a little higher. It's not. It shouldn't be this kind of. There must be something with this.
I thought you confirmed that. I thought you said that was specifically high. You knew about this.
This is what we understand.
The life pods will land in 2 minutes, unless an abort were to occur.
Well, they're not going to go anywhere, are they? They're just going to have. They're just going to have to land, aren't they?
Well,
we'll
Captain
figure it out.
DeVille, how is the St. Louis? Is the St. Louis getting restored, or are you losing control?
We're currently being supported by you guys. I don't think we have any further control left.
Gosh.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Just pray for us. We'll make it work.
Don't open the doors till we know more, please. Stay airtight.
Of course.
I appreciate this may concern some of your people who are getting itchy and close. Try and keep them under control.
It's like.
And I did send resources at the same time as well.
I know, but getting the resources from ship to ship might be a problem.
We'll figure it out. We're smart. We'll figure it out. We'll make this work.
Okay.
We're completely out, Captain. If it weren't for the MSV, we would literally be falling onto the planet with them.
Okay. Well,
The lightning pods will land in 30 seconds.
We don't have a choice.
No.
I feel like this is the best we could do.
20 seconds.
No matter what happened, you all did your best, okay? Thank you.
Godspeed, Killian.
10, 9,
The UFR is with you.
8, 7, 6,
May whatever higher power you
Fine.
believe in be with you.
4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the end of our scenario. What happens to the life pods? What is going to happen to the population of the refugees? Are they going to survive? Is this parasite as deadly and worrying as implied? Or is it just another mistaken detection, as was missed with the atmosphere? And what happened with the atmospheric entry? Did it cause enough damage to mean that the life pods, as they land on the surface, are leaking? We will have to
This is what happens when you push people to
maybe
Russia.
we'll find out. Exactly. I don't know. So anyway. So what do we think? What do you think? What was happening there? Anyone going to suggest anything?
I mean, I feel like we should have decided right away to send them to temporary housing. I've probably heard of that option a bit too late for it to be feasible, isn't it?
I mean,
Wow.
who deliberately didn't mention that till later? Oh, well.
Well, the Admiral is not very admirable. Hey!
Hey!
He's
and
not the only one.
He sounded like an admiral to me. He sounded exactly what I was.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out what went wrong with the ship.
What,
Too
with
many
my,
people?
with my ship?
What went wrong with the submarine?
So-
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to your
So
ship,
the-
Captain.
Yeah, the problem with my ship, it turns out, is that when we were last docked, someone was trying to cut corners and save pennies, and so we weren't really set up for doing.
You didn't have a
what
proper
we were
refit
doing.
then.
But
No.
that's actually not what went wrong, is it?
Killian, have your people been being naughty?
I,
What's wrong, Ham?
I might have
wrong?
sabotaged the heating system twice.
Ah, no.
I just thought it was an old ship. I just thought it was one of
my
those Boeing, not to mention it. I thought you were like,
And
I was...
I had no reason to suspect
No,
anything.
none whatsoever.
I heard our ship and our life support systems are failing. I'm like, well, what if I crash the ship?
Well, you
because then
might have
you'd have
your
to.
people.
I might have, but you
It
know,
worked
he said
out.
everything
Well,
was
it may have worked out.
okay. And to be fair, our ship could have blown up without us doing anything, and we'd
Yes.
all be dead anyway. But my secret is that this deadly space virus thing that's going around, some of the refugees are exhibiting those, and we'd be locked on the ship, which is failing, and we'd be dead. So it was this,
Oh.
or we get to the planet. But obviously, we can't tell you that we have the virus because you'll just tell us to stay on the ship and we'll die. And it's like, that's not happening. Not happening at
Good
all.
job.
So I decided
you
to
don't-
crash the ship. I'm so sorry. That's why I apologized and
You
thanked
could-
you, not
you
because
could have
I'm
said,
genuinely
I
thankful.
would have like
Plug up the
baked
ship.
it.
This is the funny thing, is that what were you doing in the meantime, Stuart, whilst Hem was destroying your ship?
So I might have. I admittedly, I realised a bit too late that I could do this, but I was trying to bribe Bale into just giving us the green light.
Just a little.
And Bale, what was your response to this terrible, evil, illegal attempt to, corrupt the
I
process?
took it under advisement.
I hope it was extortion.
And I put my job on the line to save these
You definitely
not so very nice people.
questionably
it
saved
may have
them.
nudged me slightly one
Desperate
direction. I was
times.
just trying to save the people at that point with the information I had to hand.
But
Well,
the funny
you
thing
know,
is, I was just going to say, the funny thing is that the moment where Stuart was writing to me how he was going, how much, asking the question, how much, was the moment that Hem had already set the damage off. And as I was literally about to send the message, we got the Bale deciding it was okay to go down on the planet.
I see. Okay, well,
I'm so
glad
sorry.
it all worked out for everyone, except for maybe me. But
No
the
one
thing is,
will ever know. We're all
Yeah.
involved in a scandal. We'll all cover it up. No one will know.
well,
At least
that's
they're all going
great.
to die on the planet
You know,
together.
Yes.
No, they
well,
are.
not me,
They are.
not you. Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, it's funny because every time I play this game, either I kill someone or I put my job on the line to save people. So, as far as I'm concerned, as a player, it's all balanced.
There's a theme.
It's growth. But I have also put my life on, my work, and also a whole planet on the line. I think of that one time.
Putting things on the line. That's the whole point of one-offs. Okay, so anyone any other secrets we haven't revealed yet? Any kind of other issues?
What's the dodgy microbe that's on the planet? Is it?
Honestly, I had basically two plans. If you were heading towards letting them go onto the planet, I was going to come up with reasons not to. And if you were heading towards not letting them on the planet, I was going to come up with reasons too. So one of the ones I didn't end up with is significant rare earth mineral deposits, which would have made it very commercially viable to go down, and therefore in the best interest. And the Admiral would have started to push, the Aquarius to letting them because of the fact that they want the minerals. So.
I did have a secret that said that the UFR's Exploration Committee member had a tendency to assume more authority than they actually have. So actually, that's when I was like, because you couldn't give us the, all the analysis, and I was like, well, the refugees are gonna, die on the ship with the rest of the ship. I might as well just be like, okay, just send them with the resource.
Nice.
That was always the backup. That was my get out of jail free card. In case, because if some people doing that role would have behaved differently, and I wanted to have a nice, safety valve if the committee member became too officious.
How suitably officious?
I feel like it all weirdly worked out for everyone. Except again, my role is a bit in a. Am I gonna get
the parasites?
Oh yeah. Well,
we will see. Cool. I don't know. Unless there's anyone else got any last minute thoughts and comments, I'm going to say thank you very much.